Here we go. Throwing it back to 1991. Railway Children. Every beat of the heart here on Sunday Night Live from the City of Angels. You're watching MMT. I needed some uplifting tunes because it's going to get nasty tonight. I'm going to go after Warner Brothers for making me suffer through Mickey 17. We're going to ask the question, what the was Warner Brothers thinking? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay this out for you very simple. Let me pull this down here. Love this track. Huge alternative hit here in the States in 91. WOXX. Bang! The future of rock and roll. Or whatever the station is in Oxford, there at Miami. Right from Rain Man. This would be a big song back in 1991 on that channel. I think it's like number one. All right, guys, here we go. So listen, I'm going to tell you guys, here's what we're going to do here. On some of these films that we discuss, and Mickey 17 is 100% one of these films. Okay, here's what it is. It's a non-gray area film. Okay, there's no shades of gray. I'm not going to play the game that this is of any value whatsoever. I'm not doing it. I'm going to put the case forward here tonight that it's not just of no value. Okay, it's way worse than that. This is bad for movie theaters. This is bad for cinema. What Warner Brothers let Bong do with Mickey 17 is going to end up crippling the industry sooner than later. That's how bad this film is. That's how burnt you were if you paid to see this. I have never seen people walk out of movies, ever. Not even Megalopolis. The guy next to me left within 15 minutes. This film is unbearable. This film is inaccessible. This film is uncommercial. And yes, that sounds great. Here's the problem. And we're going to start with the box office here tonight. Because when you spend $120 million on a movie, you need about $300 million to break even. This film you see right now, from Warner Brothers email, Warner Brothers box office number of $53.3 million. This film will very likely not get to 100. The word of mouth is terrible, as it should be. And people who like this, man, listen, no shades of gray. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong, and I'm going to pull up. We have not done this in a long time. Are you guys ready for this? It's time for the trash Twitter takes. This is a guy who I believe is a screenwriter. Let me tell you something, Joe. You need to spend more time writing your screenplays than writing shit takes like this. Joe Russo. I took a hit on the new Bong. I can't wait to read your script, Joe. It's so great, so funny. Oh, it gets way worse. With Mickey 17. Bong cashed in all his Oscar chips at Warner Brothers to make his Bong Joon-hoiest movie yet. David Zaslav should be arrested for the lack of marketing and all the delays. Wrong. Wrong. Joe, you couldn't be more incorrect, buddy. Write a screenplay, stop writing tweets. This is the kind of shit that will make me drop this whole thing because you're so fucking dumb. How are you this stupid, Joe? Honest to God, do you not understand that because Warner Brothers gave Bong $120 million to make the movie he wanted to make, and he made a movie that was inaccessible for 97, 98, 99, hell, 100% of the audience, except for people that are mentally damaged, guess what? You are ruining it for anyone in the future because you just let him do whatever he wants, and you made a movie that is so unwatchable that you've now ruined any chance going forward for some director to come and say, I've got a project that might have been good. It wasn't Mickey 17. Do you understand the ramifications, the ripple effect of this? This decision, Zaslav, it's not the mistake that he didn't market it, Joe. God, this is one of the stupidest tweets I have ever in all of my... Man, I've been on Twitter since 2009. I have not in my life on that hell site. If you're watching on X, it's just hell sitey and occasionally. Let me tell you this. This is one of the worst I've ever seen because it has no regard for the truth of the real damage done here. It's a very selfish tweet. Just like Bong was very selfish. Joe, this is probably why I've never heard of one of your movies, because you write shit like this. I can't even imagine what you write. Clip this and send it to Joe. Have fun, Joe. Just know that you applauding this shit, you're the reason that movies will eventually be gone. I'm not even kidding you. If we get movies like Mickey 17, you are going to destroy cinema. It is going to be over. Because people are going to get laid off from this. People are going to not go back to the movies. Like the guy who sat next to me, who walked out. By the way, multiple people have told me this. There's not one or two people that have walked out. Every screening someone's in for Mickey 17, someone leaves. And that's the right move. It's 100% the right move. This is a selfish film by Bong. This is a film that will turn people against going to movies. If I had purchased a ticket to Mickey 17 and I was sitting in that theater and I'm sitting there going, oh, it's Bong, it's Parasite, he's just won Oscars. And then I watched Mickey 17, which I did, as you guys know. But if I'm like the guy who just showed up to watch a movie occasionally, I'm not going back to the movie theater anytime soon. I'm talking months. I might not go back for the rest of 2025. That is how off-putting this film is. Mark Ruffalo is he one of the worst performances I've ever seen in a film. Mark Ruffalo, between Poor Things and this, I'm telling you, man, this guy, this is a fucking train wreck. Oh, and guess what? Oh, here comes the person to remind me he was nominated for a supporting role for Poor Things, so you're wrong, Eric. What film just won Best Picture, you fucking retard? Do you have any idea? It's Anora. That movie is the worst Best Picture ever. The fact that you're going to bring in the fact someone was nominated for an Oscar and you're going to tell me that makes it right? Tar has 0 Oscars. Get educated before you come after me and say dumb shit. I'm telling you, man, these people, these Joe Russos of the world, these people will destroy Hollywood. Joe won't because he's not writing anything anybody wants to watch. But for everybody, the ideas that he even presents in this tweet is the reason Hollywood will eventually collapse. Because I'm telling you, here's the deal. I love movies, but when I watch a Mickey 17, I want to stop ever watching another film. That is how horrible this film is. There is no excuse. There's no shades of gray. We're not playing the game. In a Vault of the Future, if you come in here and say a single fucking word about me saying there's no shades of gray, bounce him quick. I want him out of here. I want him long gone. I don't want to see Vault ever back here. I'm not playing the game. We're not playing the game here with Mickey 17. There's a 0 tolerance policy with this film. And I'm telling you, if I was at Warner Brothers, I would bounce no fewer than 10 people tomorrow morning. 10 people, you are out. You. Who said yes to this? Zaslav was smart not to market this film. He knew it was terrible. They made a mistake of greenlighting it in the first place. And what did I tell you guys the other day when I came out of the film? What was the first thing? Look, this is just a rehash of what I said on Thursday, but now I know I'm right. I'm 100% certain because you all know I am right. I knew then, and you all know now. I told you guys we all lose because of this film. We all fucking lose. Why? Because now you have ruined it for everybody else. Babylon, ruined it for everybody else. Beau's Afraid, ruined it. You cannot, when you are handed $120 million, you cannot make some niche, little, inaccessible, intolerable film. You cannot do that. You have a responsibility to the audience. And Bong, I'm telling you, just like we saw with Chazelle, just like we've seen recently with directors who've lost their fastball, look at a Gladiator 2, more watchable than Mickey 17. Not a good film. Here's the deal. These directors are ruining it for everybody else because they're so selfish. They tell stories nobody wants to even watch. I don't even have any accessibility to this. This is like a comedy Interstellar. Oh, well, that's a great idea. The reason Interstellar is great because it has emotion. It has so much. It is profuse with it. That's what's Nolan's best film. Imagine, let's make a goof comedy with Interstellar and then have Robert Pattinson doing a ridiculous accent. At least he's committed here. He's the only thing that's good. What do we recommend? What did I tell you guys? I told you guys that this was the best thing of the movie. Right there. Bad shit, Batman. The best thing. Everything else, terrible. Ruffalo, terrible. The goofy, farcical tone, the punishing runtime, we all lose, okay? And the fix is to not greenlight it. Here's the deal. If you greenlight this, you are getting people fired. You're getting people to be essentially executed from their job because this film is and feels like you getting executed in the theater. That's how bad this film is. There's no shades of gray. We're not playing the game. I saw a comment in there saying it's terrible. I'm telling you, I'm just saying this. Listen, I'm doing this for your own good. I'm going to make this very simple for you. If you think Mickey 17 is a good film, you do not tell that to anybody because you have essentially destroyed any possibility for anybody in the future to ever listen to anything you have to say. That is how terrible this film is. This will cost Warner Brothers severely, but more, and this is why we drag Joe and drag that whole idea right now. You have a responsibility at $120 million. If you want to go make a $12 million niche little film, go for it. We're not going to lose our ass on it. We might lose 5 million, maybe we lose 10. We don't lose hundreds of millions. When you have a budget of this scale, you must deliver. It is your job. You have a responsibility to the audience and to the studio. I am so tired of this film Twitter nonsense thinking where you can do whatever you want, director. No, you can't. No, you can't. First of all, not your money. It's not your money. So what are you talking about? You're spending someone else's money. I do the show for me, okay? Hopefully some of you sort of enjoy it. It's what it is. Here's the deal. I'm not getting paid $120 million to do this show, okay? If I were, I would take notes. I would still do my thing, but I would take notes and I'd say, Weber, we don't want you to curse. We don't want you to call the audience stupid. Can you do that? I don't know if I can. I can't promise that. See, this is why I'm not, you understand. You have a responsibility, and Zaslav made the right call. He greenlit it, bad call. Bury this thing. I'm telling you, I said it when it came out. Go back and watch the stream. This should have been Batgirled. This is damage to the Warner Brothers brand. So was Horizon. Difference was Horizon was funded by Costner. This film was funded by Warner Brothers. Because they said, let's work with Bong. Look what that gets you. The problem we have repeatedly here with an Ari Aster, with a Damien Chazelle, with now a Bong. You have directors coming off of a hot project, coming off of something that won Oscars, Best Picture, as we know, and director. Bong in Parasite, one of the best, if not the best film of the 2000s, along with Tar, along with Social Network, right? These are the three that you instantly come to and say, these are not just good, these are great films, masterpieces, if you will, which I don't bring into the conversation very often. But this is the kind of film that now you have to rebuild your reputation. There's not a question. You've destroyed it. You have razed the building. It's imploded. It's gone. The bulldozer has wiped it out. And now Bong has to, I'm not kidding you, he has to reestablish his worth again. That's how bad this film is. This is not, again, not a gray area. There's no gray area. There's nothing to recommend here. Robert Pattinson, a waste for him. Everything about it is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It truly is. This is. I called this weeks ago. I said I have a feeling this is going to be like Megalopolis. It is, from a movie making, from a filmmaking standpoint, better film than Megalopolis. But from an accessibility and a tolerable level, it's the same idea. The same really punishing shit. And guess what? We heard the same thing, right? When we heard, oh, hey, it was so great that Coppola made this movie. Difference was Coppola funded that. Bong is using Warner Brothers money. Here's the thing. I'm defending Warner Brothers because I understand that they have to ultimately say yes to these projects. We want them to say yes to good projects. I am so tired of watching movies like here, Novocaine's coming out, and apparently a bunch of you seen it, not good. No surprise. How many times have we seen that movie? How many more times are we going to do that same iteration? Hey, guess what? Here's the beta male who all of a sudden gets pissed off and he goes, takes out the bad guys. We've seen it a million times. Just nobody. Why are we doing this again? I don't care if it's Jack Quaid. He's the same guy in every movie. Like we talked about, most actors. At least Pattinson does different things, okay? That's, at least I admire that about Pattinson. But when you look at a film like a Novocaine, why are we doing this? This is what we're ending up with. We're ending up with homogenized garbage. And you're going to say, well, this isn't homogenized. Well, the problem is this is so far out there. You have to, again, man, make a movie that people can at least grasp and have some emotional pull to. This film has nothing. It makes you repulsed to even walk into a movie theater again. This was a scarring experience for me. I trashed it on Thursday. I'm still pissed. I mean, I was talking the other day with a friend, and I said, listen, I normally, if this movie were even halfway decent, I would say, let's go see Mickey 17, because why not? I have the A-list. You'll like it. I wouldn't recommend this movie to anybody. Nobody. I mean, this is the opposite of that. This is, oh my God, don't ever even sniff Mickey 17, okay? So that's why all of this matters. And I know I'm the only guy who gets it. You're not going to get this from anybody else. There's no woke talk here, what I just did. It's all business. It's all making good decisions. And the problem is, you got that new Seth Rogen Studio Head show. I can't wait to watch it. He has a quote talking about that show saying the best people in this town don't work off of, it has to have this, and this checklist. They have a really good grasp of what works. Well, I can tell you this. Who's ever at Warner Brothers who thought this would work, you're fired. I mean, you're gone. You're gone, and everybody under you's gone. We're going to wipe the slate clean. Your name's coming off the wall, and you were never here. That is how egregious an offense this is. This is not a joke. This is truly devastating to Warner Brothers. And I'm telling you, man, heads better roll. Heads gotta roll. Zaslav, I'm going to make this pitch to you. I've made it before. Here it is, buddy. You need to bring me in. I will come in. I can be there in like 10 minutes walking. Here's the deal. I will come in there. I'll sit in your room of your little overpaid executives, and I'm going to lay the law down just like Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross. We're going to play the thing. I'm going to pull out the brass balls, and we're going to do the fucking deal. I'm not going to play around. This is what we're doing. We're not making this shit anymore. And again, going back to Les Grossman, I'm not kidding you. Who said yes to this? I need you right now. I'm not going to play games. You need to raise your hand right now in this meeting. And as soon as you raise your hand that you said Mickey 17, you're out. And if you don't raise your hand, okay, I'm not only going to fire you, but I'm also going to see about making sure that we eliminate the contract faster. If you raise your hand, then we might pay you the remainder of your contract. If you don't admit to making Mickey 17, then we're going to fire you on the spot and you get nothing going forward. I'm going to look into the legal team if we can do that. Can we do that? Can we make that happen? Because I'm not playing around with this. This is not just fireable. This is destructive to the Warner Brothers brand. And we've already done enough of that this year. Last couple of years, right? Joker was a good film. Okay, but it was obviously a massive bomb. Warner Brothers is a mess, and they're only going to dig their grave deeper with movies like Mickey 17. There is nearly 20 minutes of me ranting against this unforgivable cinematic sin that Warner Brothers greenlit, and I'm telling you, absolutely always be closing. I'm here to tell you that I would bounce half the room off of this. It's no gray area. There's not a single way to get out of this. The only way is to fire people. Let's continue our rage-a-thon here tonight. I wasn't even thinking I would have to do this, but hey, everybody, it's one of those nights. I was, and that's why I played Railway Children at the top, because I thought that at least I would be in a good mood while the song, and I think that's fair. And then it just turned dark, like it always does. Look who wants Windows. Like we talked about months and months and months, hell, years ago now, I believe, on MMT. We have Adam Aaron, the man who makes $9 million plus, some say upwards of $20 million a year. He now wants to have Windows. He says, we want to turn back the clock. From Hollywood Reporter here. Are you surprised? Of course not. We talked about this a long time ago. What's it say right there? How many days is he looking for? Who was the guy who talked about this before? Why is it that I'm here on a YouTube channel, Midnight Movie Talk? X2 if you're watching there. Why am I here giving you all the gold months and months ahead? Why am I the crystal ball? Why am I always rate directly over the target? Always. Always. Nobody has a better batting average. I'm in the 900s. Okay? What did I say about 45 days? I said 45 days. Why did I say 45? And you all like, get 90. Because he let it go on too long. Because the studios will not do 90 now. The studios will do, if you're lucky, 45-day window. What are we talking about? Exclusivity. Okay? That means when it opens in the theater, you cannot drop it on digital. Any studio, Sony, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Disney, anybody. You can't drop it for 45 days, 6 weeks. Is that right? I think that's right. 7, 4, roughly 6, a little over 6 weeks. Here's the deal. Why is this important? Because you're protecting theaters. Now, here's what's going to happen with Mickey 17. It bombed. It's going to disappear. You wait till that second weekend drop. Mickey 17 is going to drop 70+%. It's a terrible film. And even though next weekend has nothing, Novocaine and a bunch of other just random things, it's been really bad, man. It's a barren cover, guys. Here's the deal. 45 days is going to become like 10 days for Mickey 17. So Adam Aaron, now, if you guys remember, Sean Baker talked about, hey, guess what? We need to have these windows back. Remember from the Oscar speech, which we applauded Sean Baker. We hated Nora, but we love Sean Baker, the cinema champion. And guess what? Several days before the Oscars, AMC Entertainment's Adam Aaron, the maverick and controversial. First of all, Adam Aaron, you're not a maverick. I'm the fucking maverick, okay? I don't get paid $9+ million a year, but I can tell you this. I'm more of a maverick than you, Adam Aaron, because I would have gotten this done a long time ago. So who's the fucking maverick? Adam Aaron. Oh, it's me. Not the guy living in the Hamptons on his 3rd martini tonight. Or is it 5? Whatever it is. It's the guy here on a Sunday night trying to save cinema. Because we have directors making things like Mickey 17 and you not going in tomorrow. What did I talk about? This is weeks ago. Tomorrow. First of all, I can go to Warner Brothers in the morning. I can be on the call with everybody. I can do the Warner Brothers consulting in the morning. Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross. Then I can get on the phone and do the Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross on the phone with everybody. Sony, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Disney, A24, Neon, Blue Fox, ZYX, all of them on the phone. Guys, listen, I'm going to make this really short and sweet. It's good to have everyone on the conference call. Do I have everybody? Paramount, you there? Nice. Warner Brothers, Zaslav, great. Well, Disney, yeah, I guess you're there, Iger. Here's the deal. We're going to do a 45-day window for any movie that plays at AMC. And if you decide not to adhere to that, then your movies will not play at AMC. Now, this will start on April 1st, so that gives you 3 weeks. I mean, that's a little time, right? It's enough time, guys. I think that's fair. And then we're going to, on the 1st of, it's not April Fool's, but it's going to feel like it to you right now. Guess what, everybody? You're going to sign a 45-day exclusivity clause, and that's it. Any questions? No, there's no negotiation here. No, there's none. I just told you it's 45 days. Frankly, I'm being kind because I was going to go 60, but I feel like 45 is half of the 90. And since we haven't had them so long, let's start with 45. And more than likely, guys, I'm going to extend that to 60 probably in the next 6 months. But I just want to give you the heads up. It's kind of like a lease, going to get renewed. But the difference is I'm going to be able to do it within a year. I'm going to go within 6 months. I'm probably going to raise it to 60. And then we can go from there. You know, maybe we go higher. You know, we'll see how it goes, but I'm telling you this, we're going 45 and then we're probably going to push to 60. But I just want you guys, because I'm a very honest person, I want to be forthright with you. I do not want to play any games. I'm going to tell you guys 45. I'm going to hang up the phone and you can get back to me. I need to have an answer from you by, let's give you a week. I want you back on the call here on the 17th. And then if you say no, no big deal. It's cool. Like, we're good. But just know that as of the 1st, not April Fool's, it's real, you're not going to be able to play in our theaters. Is that cool? Awesome, guys. Good to have you on the call. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Click. Call's over. That's it. That's it. Why can I do this? Why can I would 100%. Nothing would change with what I just said. Nothing would change. Nothing. And by the way, I got news for you. And you guys they say, who is? No, they know who I am. They know who I am. They 100% do. Dude, Neon 100% knows who I am. A24, 1,000,000%. Paramount, because I drag Babylon, they know who I am. Warner Brothers, I've hammered half their films. Trust me, they bounce me from. They know who I am. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying when I get on the phone call, I'll be like, fuck, it's Weber. This guy doesn't fuck around. I mean, we thought he was just a Twitter loudmouth, but he sounds like he's fucking the real deal. I am the fucking real deal. Don't make me come into this negotiation shirtless. So that's the difference between me and these other fucking pretending bitches. I'm the real fucking deal. And when you pull me in that room, I'm going to make it happen. And you guys are going to be, that's just what we're playing. This is the game you're playing. You're dealing with high, stakes, poker. These guys, I don't care. I don't care. I'm playing like I have a royal flush, motherfuckers, because we do. We have the theaters. And the studios want the theaters. That way, they're going to fill. They're going to sign it. They're going to sign the 45-day deal. But no, they won't do it because Adam Aaron is too much of a pussy. Let's just call it what it is. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in this article. He wouldn't be in the article going, I hope we can introduce longer windows because I think the current industry experiment has failed. First of all, you don't say think and you don't say hope. You don't say either of those words. You get rid of them. I'm certain we can introduce longer windows as I think the current industry experiment has failed big time. Which is a stronger quote? One more time. Let's read that one more time. I sure hope we can introduce longer windows because I think the current industry experiment has failed. Again, my take. I'm certain we can introduce longer windows because I know that this current industry experiment has failed. I'm already better than your CEO. I'm already stronger. Because he's a good old boy network. I'm not. I am the Maverick. Hell yeah. No, I am. I'm the Cinematic Maverick. In fact, we'll just change the name to that. Let's just change the title. That's my new name. I'm the Cinematic Maverick. And let me tell you right now, nobody plays like me. You guys know it. Listen, I said, we're going to start a little bit of change here to the channel. I'm going to go more Andrew Tate minus the creepy shit because I can do this shit. You guys don't understand. I'm not that guy. I am the fucking guy. And I can promise you this, that this would get done within 1 week. But this guy is talking like I hope and I think. And by the way, Aaron was the one that struck the deal that gave him the 17-day window. 17 days for a movie opening 50 million or less. And 31 days for a title opening more. No. We're not doing that. I don't care if your film bombs. I don't care if you have $1 sold. It's 45 days. We're not doing the box office shit. That's not even no, guys. Listen here. Listen. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys. I'll make this very simple for you. There's not anything tied to box office here. You're going to play a 45-day window, or you're not playing. What part of this do you not understand? Like, how can I make this clear? Is there a way? Because I don't know what's wrong with you. Do you need to crank up your hearing aid? Because what I'm here to tell you is this is very simple. This is cement, motherfucker. It's a 45-day window. I don't care if the movie opens with $3.50, and I mean $3.50. It's gone. It's gone. It's not showing up on streaming. It can leave the theaters, but it's not showing up on your streaming service or any streaming service. If it does, you guys are gone. All of your films, I will pull them the day that you do that. If Universal, and by the way, once they sign this deal, if Universal says, oh, well, this film bombed, we're going to put it in theater. Guess what? At that moment, I'm going in and I'm yanking every Universal film off of the projectors, off of the digital. They're all gone. I'm pulling the hard drive. It's over. Over. Because when you negotiate, you have leverage, and theaters have leverage. And also, I don't give a shit. So I'm going to be the guy. I mean, they'd fire me the same day, but I don't give a shit. I'll go back to my channel. I don't care. I want to get this done. I want to save movie theaters. And I want to save movie goers from watching Mickey 17. That's why in the morning I'm going to be at Warner Brothers talking about never doing that again. And then in the afternoon on the conference call with all the studios saying we're doing a 45-day window and hang the phone up. That's it. It's over. We're not, this isn't a discussion, guys. Thank you, movies, etc. Appreciate you being here. Comments before I move on, because this is very simple. This is not hard, okay? And what's sad to me about this whole thing is you've got our boy Adam Aaron, who, again, gets paid $9+ million, maybe upwards of 20. It doesn't matter. At that point, $9 million a year. This guy's getting paid $9 million to say, I hope and think, versus we are. This is what we are doing. What are we doing? Why is this guy in charge? I already have to suffer through his introductions for those Investor Connect screenings where he blathers on and on. He's like so boring. Oh my God, this guy. I would come on and go, thanks guys for being here. I know you love AMC. I love AMC. Nothing is more important to me than seeing movie theaters survive, and you guys are part of that. So tonight, we're happy to show you X. Thanks for being here. Kick the movie off. I'm done. It's 10 seconds. What happened? It's over. Where'd he go? Adam Aaron's like, thanks everybody for being here. I knew. He's not a good talker. He can't negotiate. Why am I here on it? I can make these people money, man. God, it's so fucking frustrating. And same thing with Warner Brothers. I could have saved you. Oh, if you would have shown me the script at 120 million, I'd say no. If Bong brought me the same script at 40, I would have said yes. At 40, 1/3. So it's not necessarily about not making Mickey 17. It's about trying to make certain that you are protecting yourself against the worst case. By the way, when I read that script, I'm going to think the worst case is going to be bad. I love Pattinson in it because he's coming off Batman. He's the hot thing. So I like that part of it. I do not like the screenplay. So I'm going to mitigate my chance for damage by lessening the budget to 40. This is so simple, man. This is not hard. But the problem is the people in charge don't have that mentality. And let's also face facts. They're not talented. I've said this a million times. What I'm saying right now, not everybody can do. They can't. They just can't. And you have to understand that you have to have people in positions where they can deliver the fucking knockout punch when you need it. And that's me. But a lot of people can't. They just don't. They get up and they're like, I'm not sure. I'm like, I know. I fucking know. And I'm telling you, let me explain where this comes from. For those of you who are like, how is this guy so? First of all, when you go to the gym and train and you become in the best shape of anyone my age, I'm in the top 1%. That's not a joke. It's the truth. Here's the truth. I put in the work. When you put in the work, it comes back to you. And I'll also say this. When I was at my lowest point back in 2015-16, when I was depressed and I didn't want to go on, no joke. When you bounce off the bottom, when you hit the fucking nadir, right? Mickey 17 level, you're at the bottom. When you come out of that, nothing will ever hurt you again. And yes, Teflon, whatever you want to call it, let me tell you something. It's dangerous. And I think people don't understand that. And I try to reiterate to people all the time. And I know, because listen, we live in a world where people talk and they don't have the receipts. All I have are receipts. And ultimately, that should mean money. But this town is so regimented and rigid in their thinking that they couldn't even imagine bringing in, first of all, a white guy. We talk about it all the time. That's part of this equation, right? I mean, even if I were the guy who come in and settle this shit at Warner Brothers, get this 45-day window done, I'm not going to get the job because, yes, older white guy, can't have it. It's a reality. You guys know that's right. You 100% know. How pathetic is that? We say that so often. How sad is it that you are going to base the value of someone rather than what they bring to the table, which is literally, here we go, I've got the royal flush, throw it, versus, you know what, it's not really the box we need. We've got to have, this is why the world will continue to suffer when you do that. We don't do that. I've never done that in evaluation ever. In the history of me watching any movie, I've never walked out of it and said, who directed this, a man or a woman? Was it a black or white or what? Who cares? Who cares? What are we doing? That doesn't even matter. But this thinking isn't the thinking they have at Warner Brothers. It's not the thinking they have at Disney, clearly. It's not the thinking they even have at AMC, right? You have to be part of their club or you have to check a box. And if you don't do that, we don't care if you're good, which is the stupidest shit ever. All you should care about is the person qualified? Do they know their shit? And can they get it done? That's it. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know the racial profile. I don't care. I want to know, can you do the job? I don't care what color your skin is. Why do I care about that? It's dumb. It's really low-thinking bullshit. So that's the thing. I don't think I'm not aware of that. But the point is get past that, because that is what's going to limit you. That's what's going to make you a Mickey 17 that loses you hundreds of millions, because you don't have people in there that will actually say it with no fear. Okay? Oh, 100%. Nothing would change. Why would I care? I just told you, if I walked in that room tomorrow and they're like, this is too much, someone like complains, goes to HR, this guy's intense. Too bad. I got news for you. Too fucking bad. And if you don't like that, I'm out of here. I'm going back down and we'll do the YouTube stream. I don't give a shit about this. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm going to make this very simple. I'm helping you. And the funny thing is, go back to what I talked about. Doing the gym, bouncing off the bottom. When you walk into a room like this, I look at I go, are you kidding me? Why am I intimidated by you? I don't care if you make $30 million a year. You're not even talented. Why do I care? Why do I care? You don't give these people value. I don't give stars value, right? Yeah, the voice is still there. Still missing. Stars are people. They're not special. None of them. Not one. Okay? Some have different talents. But to put a star on a pedestal, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, have I taken selfies and been like, oh, there's Jennifer Lopez? But I didn't freak out. It's like, oh, just be kind and let's talk about the movie. It wasn't like some of these people like show up at South by Southwest. Oh my God, look, let me get a selfie. Don't. Just, they're people. Be normal. They're not special. And I think that's the other thing. If you take that mentality and you walk into a room full of execs, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Because if you have no fear, then you're unbeatable. And that's exactly what I do. I get it done. We can't have Eric checking out movies ahead of time if they're release worthy, or we will only get four. You know what's funny? It's true. I would, if I came into Warner Brothers, Universal, wherever it is, look, if I went to watch the next Daniels movie and they showed it to me, right? They just signed that deal. And Daniels are working on it. And they showed me the first cut. I'd be like, guys, this isn't working. We got to do something else. They're like, then the executive was, they just signed a $30 million deal. So they kind of, yeah, well, that was before I was here. So as of now, this isn't going to work. So I'm going to need you guys to go back in and let's try to do something that I understand you do quirky shit. I get it, right? We understand. But I need you to be more accessible, especially because we just signed you to, how much was that deal again? You said $30 million. Oh, well, that's a lot of money, right? 30 million. So that's just for the deal. And the movie, how much is the movie? 100. This is 100. Whew. Okay, we're kind of fucked here, guys. Listen, it's a $100 million movie, and this isn't going to work. So we're going to have to, I don't know, can I ask you guys, Daniels, what parts can we keep? Because I don't see a lot we can do with this. Like, I'm thinking in my head here, just work with me. None of this is really going to work. So is there anything that we can just like kind of take from the scrap heap and rebuild? Like basically you have a Lego and you realize that there's like a piece that's missing in the middle. And if you don't have it, the whole thing's going to fall apart. I'm like, well, unfortunately, we're going to have to take the whole Lego apart and start over. Yeah, I know it's inconvenient. I totally get it, guys. No, listen, I can't say it. I was going to say I respect everything everywhere, but that's really not true. You guys won an Oscar or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Ridiculous, right? But you won. But we can't really have this movie happening. I mean, that's what I would do on day one. I would just go in and start to the point here, Dieter. I would say no, yes. Instead of yes, no, yes. I'd be like no. Is he ever going to agree? No, this isn't good. This isn't good. This is from the writer of Hard Eyes. This is fucking terrible. Did you watch that movie? Bad. We're not making another Hard Eyes, but it made money. I don't care. It's terrible. I have a reputation here. We're going to make great films. I mean, we're going to do things great again. We're going to make ships. Back to Pretty Woman. Great big boats, whatever the line was. That's what we're going to do here. We're not making these films. I don't care if Hard Eyes made 10 million. It's one of the worst things I ever sat through. Not Mickey 17 level, but it's bad. This is what no, it's fair. We say, well, that's the problem, Schlacker. We don't greenlight good scripts. We greenlight garbage. And, it's, again, homogenized trash. Like, look at this. Look at Novocaine. I mean, look at that movie. When I saw that trailer, I said, why are we doing this again? We just had nobody. And yet here, oh, so it's Jack Quaid? I'm sorry, it's the same movie. Oh, but he doesn't feel pain. But it's the same. He's killing the bad guys, trying to save the good. This is terrible. No, we're not making this movie. Why? make a Companion. That's a good movie. Companion was one movie I would say yes to. All right, we've been all negative here tonight. Let's give a Cinema Champion Award out tonight. This is Amazon MGM has committed to 12 to 14 theatrical films in 2026. As this is really good news, right? As we know, Amazon started with theatrical way back with Brad's Plan. Was that what it was? You guys, this is how shit sticks in your head, right? The Billie Jean King movie with Emma Stone and Carell, that was Amazon. And also Brad's Plan, Brad something. It was with Ben Stiller. He sends his kid to college. That was Amazon, and they put a theatrical on it. Didn't do well. Okay, that was back in like 17. When Amazon was kind of new and they said, we'll try some. So they've kind of like gone in and out, right? They put Red 1 in theaters now that they're Amazon MGM. And they put, what else they put in theaters? Oh, God, Argyle was Apple. Sorry. They put other things. Whatever the other ones are. But here's the deal. Looks like they're going to commit again. So this is great news. But again, listen, as I read this, remember, 45-day window. So I'm going to go directly to the Amazon head, who is right here in the picture. It's Courtney Valenti on the right. And I'm going to say, Courtney, we're doing a 45-day window. I know you guys are doing 16 movies, which is awesome. I know you guys have Prime, which is cool, right? Because I know people subscribe and they get the movies. I get it. It's like a nice way to kind of build the brand. But I'm also going to tell you right now that we're doing a 45-day window. So if that's the case, are you still good with the 16? Because if you're not, I'll take 9. We're just not going to take all 16 unless you have a 45-day window on them. Is that cool? Awesome. That sounds really good. Jennifer Salke and Valenti, the two there. And that would be a very simple conversation. If they said no, then I say, well, you no longer have 14 to 16. How many do you expect to have that are 45-day windows? Okay, 5? That's fine. We'll take 5. We're just not going to do 12 to 14. So it's not, in other words, you're not calling the shot, right? Is that clear? Ladies, is that good? Oh, God, wait a second. He's going to get dragged into HR for this conversation. I would say that to men, too. Are we clear, gentlemen? Doesn't matter. But are we clear, ladies, that we're only going to do 4 movies or 5 movies at 45-day windows? If you want to do the other ones, we can't. We're just not going to be able to do that. We can do a 45 only. So this number's going to shrink when I come in there. Brad's Status. Oh, I thought it was Brad's Plan. Mark, I'm going to trust you on that. Mark is really good. I'm going to let you can be the researcher whenever I make a mistake. You guys remember that show? It just got canceled, Around the Horn. I feel like I can do the one man around the horn. That's what this is essentially with movies. You can come in and correct me when I make a mistake, which will be virtually every other 5 minutes, if not less. But Novocaine was punishing last night. Does not need to exist in horrid screenplay and bland direction. Oh, God, no. Don't make me do this. Don't make me watch this movie. I might skip it. I can't do it anymore, guys. Mickey 17 hurt. It really did. It injured me. It injured my psyche. It injured me wanting to go back to the movies. It made me just want to stay away and just give it up, right? Become a monk and stop talking about any of this shit. That's how bad Mickey 17 is, okay? And I would tell Bong that to his face. I have plenty of selfies of me and Bong. I can probably go do a Twitter search. You'll find, listen, during the Parasite year, I was out every night being a whore. I was essentially the awards whore. I should have called myself the awards whore, not awards ace. The awards whore. And I went out. That would actually, dude, you know what? That's another franchise we'll start here. The awards horror. I'm just, God, I have so many good ideas. Do you see what the studios are missing out on? This is just spur of the moment shit that comes up. But I had lots of pictures with Bong. Go MMT. Appreciate your content. Thanks, Steve. I was talking this morning about how I'm just I think I'm done. Because after watching Mickey 17 and seeing Nora win Best Picture, I'm it's over. But no, it ebbs and flows, right? Like everything in life. You have your ups, your downs, and you have a down right now. I mean, I'm in a real negative position on movies because Mickey 17 should never have been made, and I'm angry. I should be angry. You should be angry too. You should be furious. But again, for the reasons I said, the reason I just dragged Joe for the first 5 minutes plus it's the dumbest tweet I ever read. that he just, let's celebrate Warner Brothers. No. Also, by the way, Joe had even a dumber tweet later. He's king of the idiotic tweets. That guy said something like, "Well, it's also good because it's a Trump bashing film." First of all, that's never a reason to make a film. The film is made based on its artistic merits and or creative merits and or screenplay merits, right? As we talked about, it's not made on, it's a Trump bashing film, therefore it's good. And I'm not even a Trump lover or Trump hater. I think some things are good, some things are bad. But my point is, you don't make a movie because that. Can you imagine even saying that? What if I would feel like such a fucking idiot saying something like that? It's also good because it's a Trump bashing film. What? Why'd you even say that? That's really weird. Why do you think like that? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Because obviously Joe clearly isn't. Spends way too much time composing garbage tweets and can't even write a screenplay that we've heard of. So, sorry, Joe. It is what it is, dude. The only thing I like Joe on is he drags the even bigger idiot. Just trust me, film Twitter's like idiot 1, 2, 3, and it goes further down the list. One of the biggest of all time film Twitter losers of all time is that Strange Harbors, right? The guy who has one picture. I'm pretty sure that it's a catfish operation. It's some loser that lives in the basement of the parents' house, and it's like he puts a picture of another guy out there, and he's like Strange Harbors. Every take he has is terrible. He's the guy who said Ferrari was a great film. Ferrari's do you guys understand that there's no coming back from that? And same with Mickey 17. Mickey 17's unwatchable. Ferrari's watchable, but it's not ever anything that deserves to be in the awards play. Direction is very mediocre at best. You talk about milquetoast direction, right? Michael Mann lost his fastball, and I just watched Heat the other night. You can watch Heat 1,000 times, all 3-4 hours of it. I don't care. First of all, Ashley Judd is so hot in that movie. How hot is Ashley Judd? When Ashley Judd was like 20, 30 years old, I mean, she's older now, so am I. But when she was so fucking hot, God, she was hot. And so she wasn't a great actress. Go back and watch Heat. Some of the stuff she does, like when Pacino's yelling at her. Oh, no, it's De Niro, right? De Niro's yelling at her about her cheating. He said, that line was not good. I felt bad for Mann because everyone else in that film's so great. Ashley Judd looks amazing, but some of her acting in that one scene against Pacino, I keep saying that. De Niro, it's like, dude, he's like, you'll give Chris one more chance. Do you hear me? Listen, you know how De Niro is in Heat when he starts talking like no nonsense? That's me when I walk into Warner Brothers. And by the way, Warner Brothers movie, I would walk in like De Niro / Baldwin, either one, and I would walk in and go, "Hi guys, how we doing today?" "Awesome, good to see you." They're like, "Who are you?" "You guys know who I am, but I'll remind you, I'm the awards ace." They're like, "Holy shit, this is the awards ace." Yes, it's Eric Weber, Midnight Movie Talk. I'm sure you guys all watched. I'm certain of that. Here's the deal. It doesn't matter who I am, right? Going back to Baldwin. It doesn't matter who I am. Who greenlit this movie? All right, I just need to know. Who greenlit Mickey 17? Okay, then you're out of here. You're gone. Steve, I'm here for you. Thank you. I at some point we'll do the fitness channel. I'm at a really cool gym now that I like. It's a smaller gym here in LA, and I can probably crank a camera up and do something. I just want to make it look good. I think I look okay. Like, I think I'm in the condition I'm in. It is what it is. It's not like I need extra time. I try to stay in the same general conditions. I think it'd be fun. And I'll tell you, I know how to do it. I'm not even the biggest guy. I'm just in really good shape because I know what to do. Death of a Unicorn's getting great reviews. Oh God, Robert, good point. Let's look. Hold on. Let me just real quickly. Let's do the Russos. For those of you who missed my whole little tight video I did about the Russos and Electric State, let's talk about that for a minute because it is a big topic, and I'll get to Death of a Unicorn. Remind me of that. Gone Girl, will you pull that back up in a few minutes because I'm going to talk about the Electric State here. This is the Russo Brothers' third film post-Endgame. It's another garbage film, apparently. Cherry, wow. You talk about overdone direction. If you go watch Cherry with Tom Holland, I think my tweet even said this. It was like Michael Bay on crack. It's so much going on in that movie, and it destroys the film. It's again, they just over-direct. Go look at, what was the other one? What's the other one called? Shit. Well, of course, Gray Man. It's right there. What's the other one? I'm staring at it. Terrible film. Remember when I came out of, there's still that stream. It's still available to you. Watch. The night I came out of Gray Man, I was right out of Netflix. They invited me and to the premiere, which will never happen again because I drag Netflix all the time, as I should, because they don't have any theatrical. Amazon at least is giving us 12 to 14 / who knows what when I give them a 45-day window. But when you look at this, they are trash. The Russo Brothers create trash. Look at all this stuff, right? All bad. Every one of these is really low. I don't even know. Let's check where Electric State is now. When this tweet was sent, 18%, Gray Man 45 should be at like 1. What a bad film. I can't believe they're making a Gray Man 2. I'm convinced Netflix is a money laundering operation because Electric State's $320 million. 320? What? How is that possible? How'd you make a $320 million film? And then it's apparently terrible. Cherry at 37%. But here, look, watch. Here we go. Let's go and look and see where the Electric State is right now. There's some of the most overrated directors. You have to ask yourself, go back and watch that little video I put together. It's the same thing I'm doing here tonight, but, long-winded. Could they ever direct? Are we certain that they were ever good? Because, man, these last 3 films, I haven't seen this yet. I was considering driving over to Westwood to watch this. Do you think I should? If I watch this, like if I drive over to Westwood tomorrow and I watch this Electric State and I get violently angry again, it might be over. Like I might quit. Because after Mickey 17, I don't think I can do it. I'm in a bad place. I'm in a really bad place, right? Where if I watch another film like a Mickey 17, then I'm going to be like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. And if some of you are cheering right now, please go watch Electric State. We want to see that. 2 hours and 8 minutes. Why is this film 2 hours and 8 minutes? Why is this not in theaters? Can someone explain to me why Electric State is not in theaters? I will give you free MMT. I don't even know what. I think I have a mug here. I'll give you something if you can tell me a good reason why this movie is not in theaters. Because it's $320 million. Why would you not at least try to make some money back? Because there's nothing in movie theaters right now. I would have seen Electric State this weekend, wouldn't you? You would go see it on A-list. I'm not saying pay for it. I'll bet y'all, as bad as this film is, I still will like it more than Mickey 17. I know it. No chance. No chance. Mickey 17 is completely unredeemable. There's nothing that will ever save that film. It has been cast into the garbage can and lit on fire and then set down the river and then blown up again, right? Just like Itchy and Scratchy. It's blown up, killed, mutilated, and then rises from the well and then has its brains blown out again. That's Mickey 17. There's no saving it. Okay? But when you look at this film, I'm sure at least there's going to be something. I like Chris Pratt enough. I mean, I know he's in everything. I know he does the same thing. I get it. But I like his persona. Okay? I just do. I'm not going to lie. You go back to Moneyball. I liked him always. I think he's solid. I think he's underrated. Okay? Now, I think he's perfect as Star-Lord, by the way. I've said that film would not be as great as it is. And Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is a great film. I love that film. It would not be as great with someone other than Chris as Star-Lord. So, why are we bashing him all the time, right? He does a great job as Emmett's voice in Lego Movie. I have no problem with Chris Pratt. And then you look at, I don't even know Millie. I don't think I've ever seen her. I know watch Stranger Things. So I don't even know. Have I ever seen her in a movie? Has she ever been in a movie in a theater? I don't think so. So I don't think I've ever seen her. But she, of course, got all that attention for her looks. I will say this. Listen, I know people piped in about Millie's looks and all this. When you're 20, how old is she? A lot of like plastic surgery going on with these kids. And it's like, dude, you're 20. Why are you getting like a facelift? Why are you getting injectables? Hollywood messes people up, right? They just like, dude, why did you do this? I don't know. I'm just telling you, you do see that. So if that's what someone's saying, then, I mean, it's a valid criticism, right? Who was the girl that's on The Boys? Erin, someone rather, Moriarty? No, that's the girl from Joni Loves Chachi. Whoever the Erin girl is. She had like a nose job and she looks totally different. It's like, what? Who is that? Like, she didn't need to. She was already pretty. Hollywood messes you up, man, right? By the way, here we go. Weber going into something totally different I had no plans to do. That's what we do here. It's live. It's extreme of thought. Man, I could just do like an improv show of one. Like, let's just get on the mic and start talking about random things. But here's the deal. When you look at Erin, she was beautiful. And then she went and got a nose job. Nurse Brenda, I would agree that this is on the path to being a worse year, because you look at, I was talking to Menzel the other day and we were going through the next coming weeks. Let's just do that now, because why would I do that without doing it? And I was just like, I was shocked at how few movies that are good are coming. Okay. Here's the upcoming release schedule from Box Office Mojo. Okay. Let's make me small. I don't know if that looks better. I think this looks better like this. Okay. Mickey 17 is this weekend. Let's go to next weekend. Is going to be Novocaine, The Empire. It's a Kino Lorber. It's a small film. Opus, A24. I'm hearing nothing about that. I've heard some people say you're going to hate it. Black Bag, which I've heard is pretty solid. Plus, it's 1 hour and 33 minutes, which I'm totally down with. Then we have, after that, let's see, McVeigh. What? Is there a Timothy McVeigh movie? That's not anything big. Snow White. Oh, I'm not. Dude, why would I be excited for that? Alto Nights is going to be terrible because it's out now. If Alto Nights, directed by Levinson with De Niro, were good, there's no way in hell it'd be coming out in March. No chance. Zero. So that means it's terrible. You guys understand why? Awards window. Magazine Dreams, I have a feeling I'm going to love. I just know it. I can tell. Or if I don't like some of it, I will love elements because I love the look. I love Majors. I think he's going to be back. I really do. I think he's very talented, okay? Obviously, from a physique standpoint, he's perfect for this movie. You know, it's funny. We talk about how often, acting, you have a responsibility, okay? So if you're going to make a movie to look good, certainly in a role like a Magazine Dreams. If you're going to make a movie about a guy who's trying to be a bodybuilder, and you better get a guy who's jacked. And let me tell you something. Jonathan Majors has an amazing body, like aesthetically. Okay, we'll do it as we get up there. We'll do the physique critique of him when that movie comes out. From a physical, aesthetic look, he looks great. Huge traps, big shoulders, huge arms. My boy looks good. Okay, so but see that helps you buy into the premise of this struggling bodybuilder who'll do anything to succeed. I love that story. You guys know how much I love. What story do I want to see told more than anything else? People struggling and living in the margins, trying to get to the next level and maybe not succeeding. I have a feeling it's exactly what this movie is, right? And I want to watch more of that. I could watch that movie 1,000,000 times over. Like a Rocky, maybe not glamorous, right? He doesn't make it. Something bad happens. Love it. I love a down ending. We talk about that all the time. Up in the Air is made great by the fact Clooney doesn't get the girl. La La Land. Classic. Why? Not because the songs. Songs aren't great. They're really not. They're not very memorable. The Greatest Showman has better songs. Way better songs. Way more memorable. Okay? La La Land's made by that ending, that they do not end up together. The bittersweet. They had to both sacrifice to get what they wanted, but they didn't get each other. That's amazing. That's exactly what I want to watch. That's smart. That is human. That is bittersweet. It's everything that you want. And that's what I want. So I know it's right. You have to use your brain. Wow, imagine that. Death of a Unicorn. But remember, listen, to your point, let's bring up Death of a Unicorn. Let's talk about something that's a real problem. We talk about it all the time. It's a problem. And here comes Death of a Unicorn. Let me tell you something. I don't trust anybody in this space. Nobody. Not one. I thought about this earlier. Not one person. There's nobody in the space that is dead on as much as me. Nobody. There's not one. Not one person. Okay? You're going to say Joker 2. You're going to say Ant-Man 3 for me, but you don't have anything else. I've been dead on about everything. Babylon, Mickey 17, Beau is Afraid, on and on and on. Films that Honora, what a great example. Everybody, this is a great film. This one can, therefore it's great. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I don't care what it won. I don't care what it won. This is a bad film. Okay? And the thing is when you have people who constantly miss or constantly are looking to get quoted, oh, I'm the first person to see it. It's great. I can't wait. Then they're completely untrustworthy, invaluable, and I would rather why even be that person? It's really sad. So for me, I don't trust anybody. So I'm not going to trust anybody saying me Death of the Unicorn's good. Nobody, not anybody. I don't trust them because the problem is for every person I try to trust, they have something like Mickey 17 was a great film, and you're like, okay, wow, no. The Tombstone, it's Tombstoned, dude. It's Tombstoned. You're done, fucking done. We're not talking about the pizza. We're talking about the fucking Tombstone. You're dead. You're a fucking ghost, as De Niro says in Heat. I'm talking to a dead man. No, I'm not kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. That's exactly what happens. You liked Mickey 17, I'm talking to a dead man. It's done. It's done. It's over, right? Back to Drive. No, it's done. Shannon, it's done. It's done, right? Albert Brooks, same thing. It's over. That's what happens. We're going to call it the Drive and or the Heat. You get the Drive Heat. If you say a movie like Babylon, Mickey 17, goes back to Vault of the Future last week. Vault of the Future came on, I think you might be here tonight. Vault of the Future. Oh, well, why are you so hard? It's subjective. First of all, don't ever bring that shit into my channel. Don't do it. I don't want to hear it. If you like a film that's bad, I would not tell that to anybody. Now, there are shades of gray. We've talked about this. In fact, you know what I'll do from now on? Whenever I do an evaluation, I will say this is a shades of gray. I think the mileage may vary, right? The cliche goes. I will say this is a mileage may vary film. Gray area. We'll just go to gray area film. Mickey 17. Oh, it's black and white. It is 100% black, bad. Okay? It's terrible. Well, that's not racist, by the way. I'm just saying pick a color. Fucking terrible. When you look at Babylon, terrible. Two good scenes. Two great scenes. Terrible. Let's pick in again. Beau's afraid. Refuse. Let's bring in Honora. Goodbye. You're not even, no parts are getting recycled. You are being thrown into not even the, what is it called where you throw all your shit into the earthy kind of thing. Nope, you're not going in there either. You're going directly into getting smashed and incinerated. These films, there's no way, no room for negotiation. So back to Vault of the Future from last week was like, it's subjective. Why do you always say? Because you're wrong. I'm not playing the game. We're not going to play the game. On some of these films, I will play gray area with you. No problem. We'll do that. I'll start to do that. But don't come in here telling me Mickey 17 has any value. It has none. Zero. And especially when I mentioned tonight off the top, we're at an hour, by the way. Wow. That didn't even do an evaluation tonight. What the hell? Here's the deal. There's no room for negotiation because you've just destroyed lives over at Warner Brothers. People are going to get fired over that film, as they should. But not the people that should get fired, right? The people who get fired out of Mickey 17 will be lower level. Not the person who said, let's make the movie. That's the person who needs to go. Not one of the editors, not one of the people who works in prints and advertising, whatever it may be. Publicity. No, they stay. They stay. You greenlit it. You're gone. Oh, it's over. It's over. You've been Shannoned. Let's just call it Shannon from Drive. It's over. So that is, I think I like the heat better. I'm talking to a dead man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. No, that's exactly. Now I've got how to go tomorrow morning at Warner Brothers when I walk in. Who said that they wanted to make this movie Mickey 17? All right, you? Oh, awesome. Well, I'm talking to a dead man right now, so you might want to leave. They'd be like, dude, you can't say that. I'd be like, I just did. It's from our movie Heat. Isn't Heat our movie? Why can't I say that? It's from the movie, guys. I don't mean you're really dead. I mean, well, yeah, I mean you are, but you're not really dead. That'd be so great. I'm talking to you. You're dead, and you're dead, and you're dead. Now leave, and don't ever come back. And know that you should have never said yes to Bong in that. All right. Listen, of course not. Maxine's one of the worst finales to a trilogy in the history of film. That last act is truly unbearable. And wow, right? He's trying to do Tarantino, and it falls so flat. I've never seen, listen, we've seen a lot of directors fall flat on their face. Ty West with Maxine destroyed. I mean, boy, that's tough, right? You come through, right? Over my shoulder. You guys see X, you see Pearl. You're never going to see Maxine up here. There is an FYC one, but I'm not putting it up here. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist because that film was the biggest collapse from a 1-2 at the level that we were after Pearl. Going, here comes Maxine, set in the 80s. You've got the Night Stalker. Oh my God, this is going to be and then what's going on? Why are we doing what we're doing with the dad and the religion? And oh my God, I get it was there before, but no, Ty, no. I swear to you, if I won the lottery, I would take the money, a portion of that. I would build a time machine. I would go back in time and I would demand that I get on the A24 meeting room. They don't have a studio. They have offices down in West Hollywood. I would break in. I wouldn't even worry about security. I would stop A24. I would find Ty West and say, don't release this movie. Don't do this. How are you going to why would you build a time machine to make a better Maxine? Is that not the best? Forget about anything like substantial. I'm going to go back in and say, no, Ty, don't do this. I want you to use the front end of this. I want you to get rid of all that gimmicky bullshit, the Scooby-Doo stuff running around the Universal lot chasing each other. This is some bad shit. I want you to keep that opening scene. I want you to get rid of all of the dad shit. The dad's dead. I want you to bring the Night Stalker in and have them working in tandem, killing people. And then I want you to use even more 80s songs. And I want you to make it really kind of wild, but also super violent. It is violent, but like he cuts the guy's dick off. I want you to make it like really like slasher stuff, like almost, I want you to really almost get to a point where you are, and he almost is, but I want it to be more scary. Make it more like Art the Clown meets Maxine. Can you try that? Can we do this? Because this isn't working. Like, we have to just it's gone. No. Ty, it's gone. We're not doing this. Like, dude, you don't understand. The second half of the film's gone. No, we're not having a comment. We're not doing this. It's gone. It's over. Over. It's over. We're not having a discussion. This is fucking terrible. Terrible. Okay? And this is why I've heard some people say Seven Veils is good. That is the Tar-esque kind of thing, right? I will go check it out. I need to see something good. I need to see something good, or I'm going to be like done. As I said before, I'm going to be completely and utterly done with all of this shit. All right, let's do the comment blast closeout, and I'm out of here on this Sunday night. This is where I answer as many comments as possible on the way out of here. Anyone who has a comment they have not had read, I will react to it quickly. I'm going to play the song we had earlier really low. Actually, no, I want to play a different song, something like a background. Let's do this. A film that should have won Best Picture. Let's just do this. It's like a 2-minute song. Hold on for a second. I got to turn it up. Hold on, guys. What do you think I'm going to play? It should have won Best Picture, but it didn't win Best Picture. It is, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's going to be pumping for like 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. F that noise. Go back to the time when you were rising. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Mount Fillmore, that was a night. Listen, can I say something? I've talked about Elizabeth Olsen, that whole meeting at the Beverly Hilton at the pool. Let me tell you guys, I mean this. If I haven't said this before, I gave it my best shot. I am proud of how far I pushed that, because she was totally like, she was cool. And I was like, listen, I know you have to go do this thing, but we'll be at this bar afterwards if you want to swing by. I'm not saying it didn't happen, guys, but my point is I took the fucking shot. Can I get some love for that? I took a shot with Elizabeth Olsen and said, do you want to meet up later? And she didn't show up. But my point was, I said it. That shows you I kind of knew that shit was like kind of working. Didn't happen. I'm just telling you guys. Do I get some love? God. Okay, you're gonna make me do it. I'm not gonna do it for long. I promised I would do this. I'm now unhappy that I'm doing this. But you guys asked for it, so I did promise I'd do this. Why am I doing this? God, I can't believe I'm doing this. We're going to watch Grace Randolph's review of Mickey 17, and then I'm just going to end the stream. I'm not going to do any more comments. I didn't want to do this because I understand she thought it was great. Oh, God, my God, I'm already hurting. Why did I do this? You guys, not cool. Okay, 100% not cool. Here it comes. Let's find it. Trailer reaction. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hold on, quick ad. Jeez. I'm going to hurt. Whoever said this, I'm very unhappy. Here we go. Here's this person. We need to talk about Mickey 17. You better say it's terrible. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Let's watch just a minute of this.
Bad news when it comes to Mickey 17. The good news is that this is an acting tour de force for Mr. Robert Pattinson.
It's the one thing I said, right? Go back to my review. What did I tell you guys? I told you guys that there's one thing that's good about Mickey 17, and what did I say? Batshit Robert Pattinson. Okay, let's continue.
I know. I think we're all starting to see that he's a great actor, but he really steps up.
Girl, are you kidding me? Girl, what? I knew when I was watching The Rover in 2014, girl. Holy shit, she's terrible. She has 49,000 views on this. 937,000 subscribers. She's talking about how she now knows Robert Pattinson. I knew during The Rover, A24 film. Guy Pearce is in that too. I go, this kid's good. He's right out of Twilight and he's doing weird shit. Not Cosmopolis. Hate that movie. That's bad. Oh, boy, was that terrible. Not Mickey 17. Those are two terrible films. That's really hard. Cosmopolis or... But no, she's got to say... Like, see, this is the difference, right? This just shows you that because you have 937,000 subscribers doesn't mean you're better. We're better than Grace. 100%. Not even a contest. I know some of you watch. It's not a contest. Just so you get, not a contest. Don't even pretend it is. I would say right here, I knew back when I was watching The Rover. Like, I wouldn't even say we're now realizing he's a good actor. No fucking shit. Girl, where you been?
A new level with this film. So we've been talking about how we got it mixed up, right? Where Timothée Chalamet is actually following in the footsteps of Leonardo DiCaprio And Robert Pattinson is the one taking the path of Mr. Johnny Depp. And Mickey 17 is a perfect example of that. It's such a Johnny Depp movie, but yet Robert Pattinson...
In a way, she's kind of right. I'll give you that. Depp's done weird shit. He's a weird dude, right? He does that, and I think that's fair. Actually, I'll give her a point. 1 point.
Pattinson handles it beautifully. You're not like, Johnny Depp would have done it better. You're like, Robert Pattinson, you really stepped up your game here. Pattinson not only does an excellent job playing all the Mickeys, but he's able to make the main Mickey, Mickey 17, extremely sympathetic and charming. Even though Mickey 17's not very bright. And Robert Pattinson's able to portray that as well. Pattinson broke my heart in the opening scene. I literally said out loud, "Oh, aw."
Oh my God. She said out loud, "Aw." I can't, thank God I'm not in New York. I have to sit in the movie with her. I'd be like, excuse me, what? Are you going, "Aw"? That's weird. This movie has no emotion. What are you talking about? The fact that he has to go off world because he's a loser.
I wanted to protect and save him immediately. I was like, you leave him alone. I loved him. And I also thought
she said that too in the theater. Leave him alone. She should be booted from all future screenings if she's saying these things out loud.
Surprisingly relatable.
Only if you, I can't do this all night.
Mickey 17, I think especially lately. Pattinson also does a great job of balancing out some of his quirkier choices, like his Harley Quinn Seymour-esque accent. Actually not very sophisticated. All right, so
hold on.
It's also
Let's
obvious,
see if she says it's worth seeing in theaters.
Black Mirror, it just isn't enough. It feels very much like a film from the 90s, speaking of, younger
She's
Johnny
reading
Depp.
a teleprompter right there,
And
by the way.
it visually isn't cinematic enough for theaters. Although, like a streaming show like Severance, that's not...
Okay, I don't know what's happening.
Mickey 17 is worth checking out, again, at some point. You don't need to rush to go and see it.
You don't need to see it at all. What are you doing? What are you talking about? It's fucking terrible, Grace. What is she talking about? You don't need to rush. You need to remove yourself from the situation. You need to make sure you never watch this movie. No shades of gray here, guys. I'm not doing this anymore. This is brutalizing. I'm so sorry. I had everybody on the stream. I'm going to just finish up with the Substance song because, frankly, I want to hear that again. And then any other comments here tonight? Hold on. I got to hit it. There it is. It's still going. It's still going. This is perfect. Comment blast, close out, everybody. Sorry we had to watch Grace. I did that for one person. Any other comments here? She would make a great voiceover for annoying mom or something. She's... Dude... Eric's being mean. Hey, listen, do you want me to be mean? I'll go into Warner Brothers and be mean as hell tomorrow and fire everybody who made Mickey 17. Every last one of them. If it's Zasloff, I would say you're no longer the CEO. Sir, you're not the... You can't do that. I can. Do you not see? I came up here, and this is a Rolex, motherfuckers. Actually, it's a Casio, but you know what I'm saying. Going back to Alec Baldwin. Any other comments? Gone Girl, hit it. Otherwise, we're out of here. We need adult film or great. Joseph, this is what makes me just want to stop doing this when I have to read shit like this. It makes me want to stop ever. I was talking about, dude, I was shooting my shot with Elizabeth Olsen. You think I'm going to shoot a shot with Grace Randolph? Hell no. Hell no. I'm going home. I'm going to crank up Pornhub. I'm not hanging. Give me a break. I'm going to turn on X Hamster. That's a real porn site. It's normal. It's normal. This is normal shit. No, I'm not going to invite her on. You know why I'm not going to invite her on? Because if I invite her on, then I'm going to pretend like I can't hammer her. That's two-faced, guys. I can't be like that. I can't say, oh, Grace is the worst, and then here she is. I mean, I could be in Hollywood. All right, guys, let's hope AMC gets their shit together. Warner Brothers, you fire some people tomorrow. I want the article to show up in THR. This person was fired. This person was fired. And that person for making Mickey 17. Thanks for being here on this Sunday. Maybe we'll have a stream on Thursday. Maybe we won't. If I see Electric State, woo, baby, do I want to drive to Westwood and just destroy any future I have watching movies? Or do I just maybe just wait till I can watch it here on a pirated website? I can tell you this. Let me say this before I leave. If I go to see the Electric State in Westwood, I am buying a ticket for another movie, and I'm going to sit in Electric State because I'm not giving Netflix a single penny of my hard-earned money. Not one penny. So get ready. I'm going to crash Electric State, and I'm not paying to watch it. I'm going to pay for anything else. I would pay for a Nora before I'd pay for a movie from Netflix. So try to stop me, Netflix. Put a sign in the lobby. Don't let this man in. I will come in, and I will do it, and I'll be proud of it, and I'll post about it, and I'll say, you deserve it, Netflix. So there you go. Deal. Thanks for being here, live from LA. MMT is out.